Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ali from Acrylics, and today we're going to make a nice purple nebula painting. So the first thing we're going to do is cover the canvas completely with black. I would suggest taping around the canvas just in case you make a mess, and you'll see later in the video I actually make a big mess. So I always say this in my videos, make sure to do it in a pattern when you're using black, just so you don't make any marks once it dries up. There you can see the big mess that I made, but it's okay, I'm just going to replace the tape. But that's what the tape's there for in the first place. So once the canvas is completely dried, what you want to do is take a sponge and take dioxane purple and white, mix it together, and start making random clouds onto the canvas. Don't think too much of what shape you want to make, just make random shapes. And around the ends of the cloud, so more near the bottom, try to make it a bit thinner and more transparent. So I'm going to make another one right here, the same thing as the first one, I'm just making random shapes. If you guys are still watching this video, I'd love to know an answer to a question. Do you guys prefer cake or do you guys prefer cookies? Personally, I prefer cookies just because they're easier to eat and they're more fun. And cake's a bit too sweet for me, but let me know in the comments below. So same thing I've been doing, I'm just making random shapes with dioxane purple and white. And then near the ends, I'm making it a bit thinner. So you can see me here actually dragging it a bit towards the bottom just to make it look thinner. You can do the exact same thing, it's optional, you don't have to if you don't want to. So once you're satisfied with that, you're going to take medium magenta and mix it with Naples Yellow Red to get a nice peachy mixture. And with that mixture, you're going to hit it towards the bottom of the clouds and kind of try to blend it into the purple as you go up. I suggest having different sponges for different colors just so there's no cross mixing and it could really ruin a color. So for each color you use, try to have another sponge or another piece of sponge. So now you can see me doing the last cloud. I'm doing the exact same thing I did before. Random taps just to blend it into the purple. So now we're going to add more layers, and I'll take medium magenta and put a bit of Naples in it, just so it's more of a pinkier color than peach, and do that to the bottom of the clouds. Even for this, I would suggest using a different sponge, just so you have the other color on another sponge ready if you need it again. So once that's all dried up, what you want to do is take pure dioxane purple and try to go over the top once again. We're going to do this just so the color's a bit more vibrant. You want to do the same thing to the other cloud, hit it at the top and then slowly bring it down. So what you can see me doing here is going over the bottom again with just medium magenta. This is just to give it a more pinky color. So just keep doing this process to all the clouds that you make. At the bottom, hit it with a more pinkier color. So now what you're going to do is take a sponge and put some black on it and try to start erasing some of the color that you made beforehand. This is just to give it a nice depth space look, and you can do this as much as you want or as little. I would suggest doing a little bit and then adding more if you feel like there's a need. So you can see me putting more pressure on certain parts than others. So like the middle, it'll be more black, and then as I get away from it, I'm hitting it lighter with the sponge. Once you feel like you've done enough, what you can do is actually take the same color and go over the black that you put on before, just to give it a nice depth look. So now it's time for stars. Just take a big brush, put some white on it and a little bit of water, and just start flicking at it with your thumb. So this is where I kind of didn't like the clouds that I made before, so what I'm actually going to do now is add a lot more clouds. I just felt like they were kind of lacking, so now I'm taking purple and going over it again, and now I'm taking medium magenta and just filling up the spaces that were empty before. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I just felt like my painting was a bit empty, so I had to fill it up. So once that layer is dried, you can take the same color and reapply it over, just so it has more depth. I'm also reapplying the mixture we made before with the medium magenta and the Naples Yellow Red. I just felt like there wasn't enough, and you can see that I'm putting it between the medium magenta and the dioxane purple. Once you're satisfied with that, what you want to do is the same thing you did last time. So take the black sponge and start taking off some of the painting from before. So some spots put more pressure than others just to give it a nice depth look. Once you're done applying the black, what you can do is fill up some spots with the color before just to give it some nice depth, and I'm doing it right here. Now we're going to add the stars, and you can see that I'm putting it randomly, and in some spots I'm putting it more than others. Once you're satisfied with how much stars you put, we're going to now add details. Take a small brush and put some white on it with a lot of water, and start outlining certain parts of the galaxy. Try not to make really strong lines just because it'll look a little fake, so make squiggly lines. And if you feel like that part of your galaxy is too straight, don't worry about it, the white will kind of take over. So you could do this at the center of the painting or near the ends, it doesn't really matter. But this white is important to put just because it makes the galaxy look like a nebula. For the blending part, what I'm doing here is taking a little bit of white and a lot of water and trying to blend the outline with the nebula. So yeah, now that you know how to do it, this process is pretty simple. Choose random spots of the galaxy and just make some outlines. Just make sure to blend it nicely with the actual nebula, so don't just make straight white lines, you should have a nice blended gradient with the white. And look, a lot of the times the painting might not turn out the way you want it to, but it's okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just have fun while you paint, that's all. So yeah, keep doing this until you're satisfied. I would suggest making 4 or 5 different nebulas with the outlines. And once you're done with that, we can move on to the stars. I just felt like picking some big stars with the brush itself, so this is what I'm doing. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. This part is also optional. I'm just adding a big star in the middle just so it looks like there's something to focus on. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. And there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what else you'd like to see in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what else you'd like to see. These are a couple different galaxies I've made, and they're on my channel, the full tutorial. So if you're interested, drop me a follow and let me know what else you'd like to see. Take care, guys.